Are you really connecting with a particular Book Interrupted member and want to hear more of what they have to say? With your free trial to Unpublished, you gain access to the Book Interrupted Inklings and real-life video content of our day-to-day challenges, thoughts, and opinions. Go to www.bookinterrupted.com/unpublished to start your free trial today.
Parental guidance is recommended because this episode has mature topics and strong language. Here are some moments you can look forward to during this episode of Book Interrupted.
Because all I do is try to think about truths that sound like lies, and then I end up with 3 truths.
So these are 3 things or reasons why I have scars on my hands.
He got into a drunken brawl with
A deer.
okay. A deer.
I briefly dated one of my university professors. Fainted face first, mouth open onto her tattoo.
And I held my arm up and my arm was on fire.
Oh my God, Sarah.
And I had to
Yours is the
extinguish it.
best. I want you to tell 10 truths in a lie. You ready, guys? Let's do this.
Express yourself, share the wealth, hold on to your bookmarks, we're off the shelf. Express yourself, it's good for your health. Book Interrupted is off the shelf.
Welcome to Book Interrupted, a book club for busy people to connect and one that celebrates life's interruptions.
Hold on to your bookmarks because Book Interrupted is off the shelf.
So we're doing off the shelf today. And this is a game from, I don't remember, I think it's from like a talk show or something. And it's called Two Truths and a Lie. And so everybody's going to tell 2 truths and a lie, and the rest of us have to try to guess which one's the lie.
This is like a traditional team building thing we've done in business. I don't know if Kara has experienced that too, but it's team building seminars always have this.
Okay.
So who wants, Lindsay, do you want to go first?
Me?
I thought you were
Okay.
putting up your hand.
No,
I
wasn't.
was like, okay, you're excited.
Not,
Right.
but I guess I
Oh.
can go first. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll go first. No,
I
it's
thought you were
fine.
putting your hand up, but maybe you were just
Teacher.
adjusting your
It's
shawl.
like, no, I was probably just doing this, but it's fine. I'll go first.
Wait,
It's-
before we go, I have another question.
Yeah,
So
sure.
if we're going to tell 3, do we want to go like everybody gives their answer by holding up fingers and then each person can talk about which one they think after so we don't influence each other? Like which one you think is the lie?
way.
And then we talk about it. I know it's a podcast, but then we talk about it just so we don't influence
yeah.
each other. I don't know. What do you guys think?
That's great.
Right. So on the
Yeah.
count of 3, we all do it. And then each one of us will go around saying what number they're holding up because it's a podcast. So people can hear. And then the person will say, what is the lie?
Yeah. Was anybody?
I'm kind of
right?
nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous.
nervous.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
know.
nervous about like lying to you, and then
And I think another thing is if you put up, let's say I say 3 for Lindsay, that's a lie. When it's my turn to say I chose 3 as a lie, it's a good idea to give a reason why you think that. Does that sound good?
okay. All right.
Okay,
Is
great.
everybody ready?
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
All right. Okay. So I decided on a theme for mine. So these are 3 things or reasons why I have scars on my hands. Because, why not go for a theme? So the first one is when I was a kid, everyone would play on the street and we would bike ride around all the time and stuff. And when I was about maybe 10, I'm trying not to make my eyes go anywhere because you can tell whether you're remembering or not. I'm staring at you. So we were bike riding and I fell over the handlebars and there was a big piece of glass, unfortunately, and I cut open my hand right here. When I was in my teens, number 2, I had a boyfriend who got me flowers and the vase was on the top shelf. So I went to grab the vase from the top shelf and it fell. And instead of leaving it to fall, it cracked on the way down and I went to grab it and I sliced open my hand here. And then the last one is when I was in my 30s, I was holding a very sharp knife in the sheath. And then I went to put the knife in the sheath, but there was no end to the sheath. And so it went straight through the sheath and into my hand. And these are the 3 reasons why I have scars on my hands.
Are we allowed to ask questions before we throw up our fingers?
Sure. No? Yes?
Normally you don't.
No, we're
Let's
not
just do
going to.
the
We're just gonna
answer,
guess.
and then we could do questions,
Yeah, yeah.
probably.
Because she's
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to do her lie. Yeah.
Oh, I have
No
a whole
questions.
backstory. You could ask questions. I have a whole backstory.
But the
for
rest
my
of us
lie.
don't.
Okay.
But the rest of us don't. Okay. Are we ready? Does everybody have their guess?
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
Wow. Do you know who the only person who got it right? My roommate from
Ah.
my old roommate, Sarah.
Yeah.
Well done.
One.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah,
Fun.
2. That was a true story. Dave, my boyfriend from when I was in my teens or 20s, he gave me flowers and I was really nervous. And I went to grab the vase and the vase somehow cracked on the way down. I went like this. I have a huge scar across here.
Oh,
And
Oh
then
my
and then
God.
probably everyone believes that I stuck my hand with
Yeah.
the knife
Yeah.
because I'm so stupid though. I think I was talking and I was like, oh, this is I was like,
Ah!
in my head.
And so the lie was
Number
The
1
bike.
was that
Number
as a kid I
one.
did used to bike ride. That was true. I did, but I never went over my handlebars and cut my hand open on a piece of glass.
wow.
I said 1, but everyone else did 2.
Oh wow.
Sorry, I jumped the gun. Yes.
Oh, right. Yes.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
I know I was nervous when I did number 1 and everyone else did 2. I'm like, well, there you go. I can't tell.
I almost did 1. I should have remembered 2 though. I feel like I know when you described it, I was like, oh yeah.
Why did you guys think 2?
It just seemed like the gravity wouldn't have enough weight to slice you.
Yeah. I don't know how I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of seemed like you told the story a little bit differently than the other 2.
I just didn't think you were going to save the lie for the last number 3. Because it's 2 truths and a lie. And so I was like, well, it's not going to be the 3rd spot. So it's between 1 and 2. 1 and 2.
Okay, one of you better put the lie on number 3 now, just to mess with
Yeah.
Kara.
I thought it wasn't number 2 because I could see you if a glass was falling, being like, I have to save it. Like I have to save the situation by grabbing it just in case, like instinct.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't think it was 2.
Can I go next while I have my lie solidly in my head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like
You go.
it's likely to
Okay.
leave at any moment.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, so mine are on theme 2, and these are all the same scenario, but one of them's BS. So these are all things that happened to me while working on a client's outer forearm tattoo. So they're sitting like this, if you want to imagine it, and I'm buzzing away on them. So one time I fainted during a tattoo, and I fainted face first, mouth open onto her tattoo. Oh.
No.
Like it was like a faint. I don't know if you guys have anyone here has fainted, probably. And like, you have the tunnel blackout and then you're boof. And then you like almost immediately back up, but still I like landed mouth like I kissed it, which is pretty grody on open flesh.
Your client, if that happened, must have been like, she loves her work, eh? You're like, mwah. Oh yeah, it's just so great.
No, it was it was way looser.
Way more Harry Carey.
Yeah. I love it. Okay, so the second story is one time was about to sneeze. This is pre-mask days. I went to sneeze. I was like, oh, sorry, I'm going to sneeze. I turned away and I was like, and then it disappeared. And as soon as I turned back, it sneak attacked and I sneezed. And not only did I sneeze, I sneezed onto a tattoo, an open tattoo, where we both immediately started. I was so embarrassed. I don't remember anything about the tattoo. It was like from then on, I was just in a tunnel of shame.
My God, Leah.
And then one time I was tattooing someone and I wasn't feeling very well and my tummy was really funny and a little shark snuck out and then it proceeded to get worse and I had, it was a flu. And so I sharted during the tattoo, which smelled immediately. And then I was like, I excused myself and I started running down the hall to the bathroom and started throwing up and having to catch my mouth and having diarrhea down the hall because I had such an insane flu. So, are you guys ready to vote?
God.
Yeah,
I
know.
never want to get a tattoo from you again.
Yeah, you're really drumming up business here.
I know. I'm having a lot of bodily functions.
Oh man.
Oh, okay. One,
One.
2, 3.
Okay. Do you want to know what one was a lie?
Let's see. 2 people, Sarah and Kim guessed 2, and the rest of us guessed 3.
They
Let's
think
hear
those
it,
are the
Leah.
lies.
Okay.
And guess what, guys? I'm the world's best fucking liar.
No
Which I don't think is
Dude,
agree.
you never fainted. You didn't faint.
You never
Ramona.
fainted.
Which is sadder because the other 2 stories are way worse. Way
Oh my God. Leah, they're
Totally worse.
amazing.
Of the 3, I think I would have wanted number 1 to have happened the most, probably. Yeah, like it's the least embarrassing.
Wow, we're not very
No.
good at picking these lies out so
No.
far.
We should have done this for talking to strangers.
Yeah.
Because
We know each other.
Yeah. we
Yeah.
should have.
Cool. Number 2 is why did you think number 2 was the lie? The sneeze.
I thought you stuttered on some words and then it was like you were nervous about your story.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that was for me too. Like I thought it was the other 2 seemed really elaborate.
Yeah.
And that one seemed not as elaborate.
Yeah.
And maybe also the dry heaving. I was like, well, would you dry heave on a loogie? I don't know.
Oh my God. Yeah. It was so disgusting. It was so embarrassing.
Probably.
Oh, it's so embarrassing. Like snot all over a tat. Oh.
No.
Poor guy. I don't even remember who it was. It was like, it's just a big black everything. It's just a lug. I'm pretty sure I tattooed a picture of a lug.
No.
So
No.
embarrassing.
Ugh.
Oh.
These are the worst for me. I hate bodily fluids. Ugh, all these
Yeah.
stories are making me like,
So gross.
I don't think I have any bodily fluids in mine. So there you go. You're welcome.
thank God.
Let's have Mara go next then.
Would you like to go next or?
Give Lindsay a break.
Yeah, let's give Lindsay a minute.
All right.
Okay, Mare's next.
Okay, well let's hear your 2 truths and a lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wrote it down. I have to read them. Okay. So I once used a potion that had bat blood in it. Oh, that's a body fluid. Oh, whatever.
Sorry, Lindsay.
Bat
Gotcha.
blood in it that was supposed to help facilitate an out of body experience.
Okay.
That's the first
Okay.
one. I briefly dated one of my university professors and it ended very awkwardly. And I once watched a giant sea turtle burying her eggs on the beach at night.
I like your 3.
Ooh.
They're very different.
Oh
Mhm.
my goodness.
I was trying
So
to think
hard.
of something you guys didn't know.
Okay, on the count of 3.
Oh wait, I
I
need a
don't know
minute
this
to
one.
think about
Yeah.
it.
So hard.
Okay.
I
Oh, is it
know, I'm
hard?
like,
Hooray!
it's really hard.
Yeah.
They're so weird.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go.
Oh,
Oh,
so you guys got
Oh.
it right.
Okay, so me
Um,
and Kim picked 3, and
Oh.
Leah, Kara, and Lindsay picked 2.
Yes, I never dated a university professor.
Damn it, I was gonna say 2, and then I changed it at the last minute because I
like
thought
I felt like, yeah,
she's reading about animals. That's gonna be your lie. She's just gonna,
yeah.
you know what I
I
mean?
thought it was the less extreme. I was like, that one seems reasonable. The other 2 seem like really extreme.
The first one so should be the lie. Like it's like
Yeah, the bat one. Ooh.
Like the bat blood?
but then I was like, I knew you like to get wet.
Okay, I will briefly tell some stories. So when I was in high school, I had some friends who were getting into Wicca, and they had the place that they would go that would sell you potions, and they wanted to get this flying potion, and one of the ingredients was supposed to be bat blood, and then it's topical, and it's supposed to facilitate an out of body experience. And we went to like a graveyard at night to use it.
And did it?
Were you out of your body?
Did you feel out of body?
I don't know, maybe. I'm like good at out of body experience anyway. I had them all the time when I was in high school. I used to meditate all the time.
Oh, yeah, you did have out of body. I remember that. Yeah.
all the time. So maybe.
I love how casual you are about it.
Does it make you feel sad that you don't have them anymore?
I don't know. I think I probably could if I don't know. Maybe I could.
Have you seen that Netflix show that is
About the people that die and come
About-
back?
no, it's about a
Gosh.
guy.
Okay, Kim.
It's so bad.
Yeah, like maybe loop back, maybe do some Googling and we'll catch you on the next one.
It's about a guy.
Do you want to think about it?
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, do you wanna collect your thoughts?
Think about it.
I want this to end. Like,
It's called like She's the Only One, or She. I can't remember.
Kim, this is the worst story.
We haven't heard of it. We don't know it.
And the only way I can explain it to you is like it's about out of body experiences. Like it starts off normal and you're like, ooh, this is an intriguing like mystery show. And then it takes this leap into like, oh, now it's about out of body experiences. Okay. And then anyways, it's still good though. And it's like She's the One, or I can't remember.
Okay.
Sorry.
I think the second
go ahead.
one, Mare, the university professor, was like, I feel like we would have heard about that, or at least I would have heard about
My
that.
thoughts exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought maybe I wouldn't. Like maybe she would have keep that for me.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe they'd think this is something I'd keep to myself.
No, you totally would have told.
I thought it was the lie and then I convinced myself out of it.
Well, did I ever tell you guys about the fire chief that I went on a date with that ended awkwardly?
Oh no.
I
So
did.
she just changed it.
Based on that one. Loosely based on that awkward end. And the last one, the turtle one. So
That's
Dan
so
was like,
great.
is that the lie? And I was like, no, that happened. I'm pretty sure it was a leatherback turtle. But I'm not sure because it was so huge. I was in Cuba and I was walking back from like the nightclub thingy by myself, because that's how I roll, along the beach. And I was like, what is that giant thing? And it was a giant sea turtle burying her eggs in the sand. It was really dark. And so I
Awesome.
sat to a little bit of a distance, and I sat quietly and watched while she buried her eggs
That's
in
awesome.
the sand. It was so cool. Like her, like
that is
the
so
big
cool.
flippers. Like it was a giant,
Love
humongous.
it.
So I was like,
Wow.
is this a leatherback turtle? It was quite magical.
Nice.
I'm actually glad that the professor one was the lie. Just being
Yeah.
your sister. I was like, all the other ones kind of cool, but that one was like, oh.
Well, I thought that you guys might think that I would do like date a professor. Like I would do that.
Oh,
Because I think
Why not?
you
Yeah.
totally would. But I,
I mean,
thought I
you
would have
dated
heard
a
about
fire
it.
Yeah.
chief.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of like I got asked on a date, and I was like, I guess, but I was just for fun. But he tried to kissed me, and I was like, oh, that was terrible. And I was like, I gotta go home.
Okay.
That was a little awkward.
wash off this kiss.
That sucked. This is over.
Yeah, he kissed you and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
no, bye-bye.
Yeah. No.
That is awkward.
That is awkward.
I was thinking about a second date until this happened. Yeah.
That is awkward.
It was a good date though. We went to like where they practiced like the fires and stuff, like the building and all.
Oh,
that
he's
stuff.
run that date so many times.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, he's taken all the girls there.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Something fun
Okay,
like
who's next?
Mine just isn't a respectable theme. I just feel like I'm like, oh geez, now I'm embarrassed. Because my theme is on drunkenness. And I'm just like,
Do
That's
it.
a
Respectable.
respectable theme. That's when most of the funnies happen.
Yeah, are you sure
Okay.
about your lie though? Like it could have been true in a blackout.
Ah,
We'll tell
This is
you
true.
3 truths.
Yeah, yeah, we'll be like, actually, you did do that.
The only reason why I can guarantee that they are indeed 2 truths and 1 lie is because they are all stories about my brother-in-laws.
Okay.
Is that fair to be? Because I just didn't want to do something about me because I'm like, I'm an oversharer. There's no point in doing 2
It's-
truths and a
it's
lie.
different.
'Cause-
you'd have to get them
Whatever.
to sign off on that, but you
I
can
was saying,
get
if they're
check with
okay
them
with it.
later.
Yes.
Okay, so these things
All right.
happen to maybe someone,
Exactly.
maybe sometime.
Maybe.
Oh,
or
fun! Is
maybe-
one of them
yeah.
about B?
I don't know, Leah. You tell me.
There's nothing
Ready?
about that mofo.
Okay. Okay, story number 1 is one time one of my brother-in-laws was so drunk that on the drive home from the bar, he got into a drunken brawl with a deer.
Wait, he was
Wait, wait.
driving home.
I have
sorry.
so many questions. Yeah.
Me
So
too.
many.
Okay.
Yeah, so he wasn't the
Okay.
driver, he
Okay.
was the passenger.
Okay.
But on their collective drive home, he got into a drunken brawl with a
A deer.
Okay.
Okay.
A deer, yes. Like DEER. They live in the wilderness. They've got white tails.
Okay. Deer.
Great. Antlers.
Next.
The next one is one time, one of my brother-in-laws got so drunk at his friend's house across the street that at the end of the night, in order to make it back home, he called a cab. And when he got in and the cab, he said, "Where to?" He goes, "Right there." And then the next one is one time, one of my brother-in-laws got so drunk that he decided to have a drinking competition with his girlfriend, who ended up beating him at drinking more. And the next day, he will never say it, but he did in fact break up with her because she could handle more booze than he could. And he felt shame.
Oh,
Whoa.
That's very hard.
Make
Care
your guess,
Bear.
make your guess, make your guess.
Okay.
Okay, everyone ready?
I need-
1, 2, 3, go. Okay,
Very good. Okay, yeah. So who do we
so
have?
I picked 1. Meredith, Kim, and Lindsay all picked 2, and Leah picked 3.
Numero 3. And the lie was number 2.
Heyo!
It didn't happen to my brother-in-law. It happened to my brother-in-law's friend.
So it really happened.
It really happened. It legit happened.
That's good. My brother-in-law's friend over there.
Friend.
It did sound
Right
very.
there.
All of them sounded like really real things that would happen. So that was-
Honestly.
I could picture all of them. I'm like, maybe he didn't get in a fight with a deer. Maybe it was like a different animal. That's all I could think. I was like, I could see him getting in a fight with
Okay,
a
so-
deer would run.
So
I
the deer
thought.
story is, it is one of my most favorite stories. That's why I chose like on the theme of drunkenness, just because they're very colorful stories, the stories that Bob shares about growing up. But the first one specifically is the best because everyone is hammered except for the DD.
And the
Everyone
deer.
piles, yeah, and the deer. Everyone piles into the vehicle, but it was very foggy and misty. And as the story goes, the DD is just like, great, like I'm the DD. I got to drive all these jerks home. How am I going to see? It's so foggy. And then he goes, I know, I'll get him to be passenger and look out for the fog, for the lines to help me. I'll go really, really slow. It should be safe, and I'll just be touching base to make sure I'm still staying within my lines, at which point in time the vehicle is going so slow and it's in the back roads. Then a deer comes up and starts walking alongside the car, but so drunk and wants to be able to get a good view that he keeps trying to like push the deer over. The deer would like come right back, and they'd be like, "Go, go!" The deer would keep coming back, and according to his recollection, at one point, him and the deer like looked at each other and like locked eyes, and he was like, "Buddy, come on, I don't want to throw down at you." Oh, so that's the
Oh,
story.
that's good.
Yeah,
That's really good.
Wow. That was a good story.
yeah. Thank you.
I like it.
loved-
Just pushing them away. Get
I
out
know.
of here.
We're like,
Go.
come on, I don't wanna.
Go. And the deer's like, "What's up, guys? Did you have a nice time at the bar?"
Which is probably a bad sign that deer might have had rabies or
Yeah.
something.
They got away safely.
Good one. Because deers do not come up near
No.
people.
What's wrong with that deer?
So there's probably something wrong with that deer. Yeah. Yeah, like if you ever seen a raccoon during the day and they're like, "Hi, I took a bunch of acid." It's like they like approach you. It's odd.
Oh, so now I'm like worried about this deer. Maybe it was
I'm
like
sure
a
he's
bad
dead now.
situation.
I don't
Yeah,
have to
he
worry
might-
about
he's
it
dead now.
anymore.
Yeah, I think it's good.
The birds didn't warn them.
No, the
Right, that
birds
deer
did
wasn't listening to the
not
birds.
warn.
This interruption is brought to you by Unpublished. Do you want to know more about the members in Book Interrupted? Go behind the scenes? Visit our website at www.bookinterrupted.com.
Book interrupted.
My interruption is a wonderful one, and it is spring. It's not only spring, it's spring in the north. So, what that means for those of you who don't live in a cold climate is that people start shoveling snow off of their lawn onto anywhere where it will melt. So you can shovel it onto the street on a warm day, or onto your driveway, or just on any bare patch anywhere in your yard. And then once the snow melts on our roof, my husband will even shovel the snow onto the roof, because it's a great way to make snow melt and disappear. So usually the temperature goes down below freezing at night, and during the day, as it gets up warmer, 5 degrees Celsius to 10 degrees or whatever, you'll see people out on their lawns shoveling snow to various places to try to get, to grass as soon as possible. So spring is here, and I'm seeing that in the streets, and I'm thinking the same thing. So we've done quite a bit of shoveling today, and it's exciting to think about the coming of spring and the summer.
Book interrupted.
Kim, do you want to go next or you want me to go next?
I don't mind. I can go.
Okay.
I have a theme too. So this is famous people I have met.
Ooh.
Number one,
Okay.
I have met Jordan Knight from New Kids on the Block. Number two, I have met Topher Grace from That 70s Show. Number three, I have met Lance Bass from NSYNC.
I wish there was more to these stories. Like, I want why, how.
Sorry. Too bad for you. No
You're
questions.
the one that wanted to ask
No
questions.
No
questions.
questions, Lindsay.
That's what she asked. She's like, how can I
Oh.
make it super tricky? Ooh. Okay. Everyone ready?
I think so, yeah.
I'll
Okay.
only guess if you promise to tell us the stories.
Sure.
Of the
I mean,
truth.
they're not even great.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay,
Most people
so
guessed
Mer-
3, and Kara guessed number 1.
Uh-huh.
3 is the lie.
Oh,
Ooh.
Kim's the worst liar so far.
Also, I had a vague memory of the Jordan Knight from New Kids on the Block.
Oh.
So I had a little bit of insight there.
I did too. I was like, I think you had a friend that was their cousin or something.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was like,
You guys remember more than I do. Yeah, I know their cousin. I'm going to meet Jordan Knight again. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe we can all meet Jordan Knight. Maybe he could be our fan.
Oh,
and
yeah.
come on a fan show. Come on, Jordan. What books do you like?
maybe. I also didn't pick number 2, not because I thought you met Topher, but I remember your mother telling a story and being like, Topher. She was telling a story how she was like calling him over, and then he came over to talk to her. So I was like, maybe Kim was with her during that story. So that's
Oh, yeah,
why.
I was. For
Yeah,
my mom.
Your mom called him over.
It was at the film festival, right?
Oh,
So
right.
we just were in a good spot when he was walking by. And then Jordan Knight, I met at Energy Nightclub when he went there. with,
Remember that?
The letter N, the little letter R, letter G.
Yeah.
And
And I think that
RG.
John Knight was there too, but I didn't want to say both of them. I just wanted to keep it one person, whatever. And I didn't really meet him. He was standing there with us, and I asked him if he wanted a sip of my water, and he was like, "No, thanks."
Your water? No. You get my
And we
own?
switched saliva. And my,
He was like, "Is it
All set.
sparkling?" No, just kidding. Lance Bass, I didn't meet, but I saw him at a restaurant, also during the Toronto Film Festival, with his
cool.
boyfriend at the time, I believe.
I was going to do that. That's what I was going to do. The famous people I've served. But then I didn't end up doing
Oh,
that
yeah.
because I could.
Ooh, I should have also.
That would be
added-
awesome.
I didn't meet Samuel L. Jackson, but I saw him on the corner of a street. He like turned down this street, and he made a wrong turn. Like the street that he turned onto was a full-blown traffic jam. Like there was nowhere for him to go, and he was like at that moment being discovered by like civilians, like, "Hey, it's Samuel
Oh.
Jackson." And so he got out of his car and he was like, "Yeah, hi. Can I back up and get the hell out of here?" Like, and he got, they let him back up and he cruised away.
I like that.
So there you go. One of
Good
them was
job.
actually a lie this time. Yeah, I did it. I couldn't do it any other way because all I do is try to think about truths that sound like lies. And then I end up with 3 truths. I'm like, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. And then we're in halfway in and I'm like, oh, wait, none of those are lies. So the theme helped.
yeah.
That was
I was
good.
worried that you did it again because I remember the Lance Bass thing, but it was just that he was at a different table.
Yeah, I
So was
didn't
like,
meet him.
"Maybe- Okay, here's mine. Once, when I was at a party, I was on a trampoline and I was jumping on the trampoline and I decided to do a Russian, which is a dance move where you put your legs and arms out together in the splits and touch your toes. And I split my pants all the way up the back and completely open. That's my first one. Secondly, I had just changed schools and I was invited to my first birthday party and we were all being silly girls because I was in like 7th grade or something. And we were running up the stairs. And by the time I got up the stairs, I had broken 2 of my fingers and we had to call my mom to take me to the hospital. The third one.
How do you walk up the stairs?
I know. I thought she was gonna say toes at least. Her fingers are just falling off her hands.
And then the third
Here we
one
go.
is once I was in science class in high school and I was working with a partner and I looked over and the partner was screaming at me and I look over, I was like, what? And I held my arm up and my arm was on fire. and I had to like extinguish it.
Oh my God, Sarah.
Yours are the best. I want you to tell 10 truths and a lie because your truths are so much better.
I know, do it. 10 truths.
I was like, mine is a theme too of me being like accident prone.
Yeah.
So I had many to choose from. I was like, oh, those sounds like
Trick question. They're all true.
Yeah.
Oh my
okay,
God.
so you guys ready?
Wait,
Okay.
hold on. Let me just make sure I.
Split my pants,
Yeah.
broke 2 fingers,
Caught on
and
fire.
caught on fire.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, I know I'm wrong because Meredith will know the answer.
I'm the best liar ever. 2. 2's the lie.
2. Oh, you broke 1 finger?
No, I broke a toe.
Oh.
Oh, see?
You knew, Kim. You knew.
I remember you getting picked up.
You remember what? Oh, when did
She remembers that your mom had to pick you up, but she didn't know which appendage you broke.
Yeah, I broke a toe.
You've
I
broken
broke
so many
2
things.
fingers when I was playing basketball, not at the birthday
Ah.
party. I kind of
Of
combined
course.
I
2
thought that was
truths into
buckling
one
your
lie.
wrist. I thought that was buckling your wrist.
No,
in
that was
basketball.
when I did tennis. Remember? I was doing-
Remember?
Right. I thought you jammed your fingers at basketball.
No, I broke 2 of my fingers playing basketball, and I broke my toe at that birthday party.
I don't remember the Russian thing at all.
Yes, I was at I think Kara was at that party. I'm pretty sure.
Me? How old were we?
You were in university.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
went to a
surprised you
party,
do that.
and there was
so-
a trampoline in the backyard, and I jumped, and I was like, I
Look
said
at me.
something like, I can do a Russian.
I can
And they're
do a
like, you
Russian.
can? And I was like, totally. And I jumped and did it. And my jeans, I was wearing
wait.
jeans, ripped open. I was like, oh.
Oh wait,
And
I
then
do
had
remember
it-
that.
And then someone, I thought Kara did maybe, brought me her jacket to tie around my waist. And then I went home.
I do
in a cab.
remember that. It's
And you
the
were like,
story.
at least I didn't break anything.
I love it because you were showing off. This is why the story is great. You're like, I can do a Russian. Watch this. Basically, look at me.
Everyone, look at me. There's my butt.
Look at me.
everyone.
Oh my
Those
god.
are
So
great.
embarrassing.
Yeah, I thought the
Third
third
one's
one was a
hilarious.
lie because I was like, how do you not notice that your arm is on fire? Doesn't it
So
hurt?
the Bunsen
Mhm.
burner was
Not right
on,
away.
and then I had turned around and we were writing the findings, and I didn't notice that my arm had caught on fire. And my lab partner was like, hey, and I was like, what? And I had the pen in my hand, and I was like, oh.
How?
And another time in that same class,
No,
it was chemistry
please.
class, someone had spilt an
Sulfuric
acid or
acid.
something. Yeah,
Sulfuric
on
acid.
my teacher's desk, and I was wearing short sleeves that day, and I leaned over. I was wondering, and he's like, oh, and he used to call me sick person, and he's like, let's get some base on that for you, sick person, and that was after I had.
Why did he
already
call
did the
you
fire
sick
thing.
person?
Illness. Because her last name, if you break it up.
Oh,
hilarious.
Illness.
What a
He's
science
so
teacher.
Always hurting
funny.
herself though. She was always like
But I was
breaking
always-
something or catching on fire. I remember the shirt that caught on fire. It was like one of those like velvety feeling
Yeah.
shirts.
Of course it
Right?
was.
It was so
Nice.
cool. It was long sleeve and had I think you continued to wear it because it was a nice shirt that had like these burn holes. Burn holes.
I would just roll up the sleeves, but then I would continue to wear it. I love
You had, like
that
a
shirt.
retro, like
That's
velvety
so
kind
you.
of shirt.
That's so you. I love it.
Glad we kept you for the end, Sarah. Yours are so good.
No, you really
So
do need
extra
to do
chrome.
10 truths and a lie next time we play, for sure.
Well, the lie was hard.
The lie's hard.
Maybe, and then I was like, I should just pick a truth and just alter it a bit. So that's why.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything. I've done it all.
I've done all
Accident why?
the accidents.
All right.
I know the
so-
lies were really hard. I like had a list. Maybe this. I don't know. I was gonna say something easy, but then I thought it'd be obviously a lie because it's too likely, like bungee jumping in Australia or something. Oh, here's another truth that I almost said, that I almost got hypothermia on the second day of my honeymoon. That's true.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yep.
that.
Yep, I went swimming in Lake Louise. It's 4 degrees. And I was like, it's so beautiful. I'm gonna go swimming. And I stayed out too long. And I came back. I was like, I'm not okay. I had to go inside the restaurant. I was like, I think I stayed in too long, Dan. It took forever to get warm. I was all blue and stuff. I might have been a little hypothermic. It was beautiful though. I'd swim in it again.
It's pretty.
It's very pretty.
All right. So that's the
That
end
was
of
fun.
Off the shelf. Yeah, that was good, right?
Oh,
Huh. Thanks for the
Alright.
laughs, ladies. That was great.
Next episode
Yeah.
is the
You're so
Midnight Library, right?
Yeah, next episode.
yeah.
Next
is the final-
episode, Midnight Library, with our third
Other
fan.
fan.
Mhm.
Mhm.
well.
We're all set.
Hey, you want to hear something kind of interesting, Kim? You know how you're
Sure.
always like we're yin and yang? I was the best liar and you were the worst liar. Yin and yang.
Oh.
And you were the
Which is
worst.
funny because I never would have
I-
picked.
That's really
was the
interesting.
best.
Thanks for sharing, Sarah.
You're so terrible at it. Isn't that interesting that I won and you lost?
I know. It really was. And that's unusual.
Want to hear
To
something
do,
interesting
Sarah.
before you go?
I would like to take this moment to highlight I'm awesome. And you're not.
By contrast
That's like
to you.
very un-Sarah.
I like
my
that.
God,
Oh.
so
I know
awesome.
after I said it out loud, I'm like, what the kind of bragging? That was very nan.
It was
It
very
was.
mom of you.
It was such a nana boo boo.
And also, that's why would I want to boast about being the best liar? Awful.
It's
Also,
so good. It's totally like you becoming your mom because it's totally a mom thing to do. I love it so much.
So great.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Book Interrupted. If you'd like to see the video highlights from this episode, please go to our YouTube channel, Book Interrupted. You can also find our videos on www.bookinterrupted.com.
The impact books have on our lives is not limited to the words written between the covers. Some books inspire new thoughts and send us to unexpected places. Follow me, Meredith, as I descend further and further in my recurring blog segment, Down the Rabbit Hole, at www.bookinterrupted.com/blog. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Book Interrupted.
Moments you can look forward to on next week's Book Interrupted.
We've birthed her. No, that came out weird. But Virginia's here and we're really excited to welcome her.
I opened it today and read 42 pages and only stopped because we had to record.
Yeah, I love the premise. It's pretty damn depressing.
And it sounds like really bad thing, but I wouldn't have really ended up with my husband.
But some of them are like your worst boyfriend.
Get too many messages on how to be and who to be.
A 15-year-old kid living at his parents' house. And but she was so aligned with his pigs.
Book Interrupted. Never forget, every child matters.